Welcome to the pre-match show presented by Brian Bird's Home Selling Team. Score the best deal on a home with the Brian Bird's Home Selling Team. Visit brianbirds.com or call 915-751-1500.
El Paso Locomotive FC back home to take on Austin Bold tonight. As always, this behind-the-scenes moment brought to you by GECU. Welcome to Southwest University Park, and we've got a fun Copa Tejas matchup for you tonight. Locomotive FC hosting Austin Bold. Thanks for joining us in the Brian Bird's Home Selling Team pregame show. I'm Duke Keith alongside Heidi Mocha. And Heidi, what a 2021 season it's been, especially here in El Paso. Lots of quality soccer and some great action here at Southwest University Park.
Absolutely. Lots of big goals, come from behind wins, and playoffs are on the horizon. So it's been a ton of fun, but we are not done yet. There's 3 matches left in the regular season, starting with Austin tonight. And Locomotive are back at home after a tough outing in LA, but looking to make it 24 unbeaten here at Southwest University Park. And it is always a ton of fun, and we see good things when we play in El Paso.
Absolutely. Locomotive FC has done its job to make this place an absolute fortress in 2021. Not losing in this stadium since July of 2020. And with other results from the weekend, El Paso can add another check mark to the list. So far, Locos have won Copa Tejas. They did that a couple of weeks ago against San Antonio. Clinched the playoffs, that great performance in Tulsa. And now we can add winning the Mountain Division. Winning the group is huge for El Paso. That locks up 2 playoff matches at home, assuming they win in the first round. And it's a tough road for any opponent if they have to come through El Paso, Texas.
It is. El Paso has beaten every team in the division at home, and that includes tonight's opponent, Austin Bold. The last time Bold was here in August, Locomotive scored 3 goals against them and got the clean sheet. This place was electric that night, and so far this season, Austin has only been able to get a 2-2 draw in this series. But again, this is the 4th and final matchup between both of these teams, so they know each other well, and they will do their best to take away their strengths. You also have to expect Austin to throw the kitchen sink at you. Bold is currently sitting out of the playoffs in 5th position, and it's a must-win for them tonight.
Austin Bold playing for their playoff lives, and El Paso Locomotive FC looking to defend the fortress. These fans are fired up on a Wednesday night. USL Championship action is headed your way next.
Thank you for watching the pre-match show presented by Brian Bird's Home Selling Team. Score the best deal on a home with the Brian Bird's Home Selling Team. Visit brianbirds.com or call 915-751-1500.
Locomotive FC has gone Adidas. Brand new official Locomotive gear in the 3 stripes is available, including the 2021 jerseys and new styles for men, women, and children. With unique colors and styles, there's something for everyone. Shop online at locomotiveteamshop.com or visit our team shop located at the stadium. Don't miss a second of the Locos in action by getting a seat to every match. Buy your tickets now at aplocomotivefc.com/ticket or by calling or texting 915-235-GO. Nitro Circus is back for 2021 with the action-packed You Got This tour coming to El Paso Saturday, October 23rd. Top athletes in FMX, skate, BMX, scooter, and more. Are you ready to get this party started? Pouring down huge world's firsts off the biggest ramps in action sports with more crazy contraptions, more insane stunts, more high adrenaline fun than ever before. El Paso, get ready to put your hands in the air. We're coming to Southwest University Park this October 23rd. Get your tickets now at nitrocircus.com.
Southwest Chiropractic, serving El Paso area and relieving pain for more than 20 years. Not only do we treat auto, sports, and work-related injuries, but we also treat scoliosis, sciatica, back pain, disc injuries, chronic pain treatment, and we even manage stress. At Southwest Chiropractic, our patients are seen the same day. We provide gentle and effective care, and we accept most insurances. Schedule your appointment today and let us relieve your pain. With 3 convenient locations in El Paso, Southwest Chiropractic. Your health is our well-being. Call us today, 915-581-9619.
It's downtown El Paso, Texas. It's another Copa Tejas match. Duke Keith along with Heidi Mocha with you on a beautiful Wednesday evening as we're just about ready to start play. The Locos fans are in full voice as they were the last time these two teams met up. That was, as you pointed out in the pregame, Heidi, an electric evening here in El Paso. It's Wednesday. These fans don't care. They're getting rowdy tonight.
Oh, yeah. And you know, Locomotive are looking to work on that 24th unbeaten match at home. And we got Mr. Banana Man there kind of getting ready for the kickoff here and getting all ready.
Let's take a look at the starting lineups tonight. It's bananas at Southwest University Park. As we take a look at the starting lineup first for Locomotive FC. Logan Ketterer back in the net. And it's good to see Brian Rebellon back in the lineup tonight. A couple of players starting to get a little healthier. He was out all this week, but he's listed and he's in tonight, Heidi.
He is. It's nice to see some of those bumps and bruises kind of getting back together and having some more options for personnel.
Speaking of bumps and bruises, Elliot Benico, the outstanding netminder for Bold FC, not in the lineup. It will be Babazeda to start off this evening. Also missing their leading goal scorer, Javier Baez.
Yeah, and their goalkeeper that got into a little tiff at the end of their last match.
Indeed. As we are just about underway, Bold FC an absolute must-win in 5th place in the mountain, looking up at the playoff race. Locomotive FC looking to continue their winning ways at Southwest University Park. Certainly Bold FC under head coach Ryan Thompson, 4-3-2 since he took over for Marcelo Serrano, who's still part of the Bold organization. Director or sporting director for Bold FC. Rumor is this is a team that might be on the move in the offseason.
I have read that as well.
But since they made their coaching change, even though they got rid of a couple of important players, nice lead ball, but a little too far ahead.
Yeah, Coach Thompson, his record since taking over is 4-3-2, and he started 3-0 when he first took over with wins against San Antonio, New Mexico, and Tulsa. So he's kind of put them actually in a position to fight for that last playoff spot.
Any point helps them immensely. Great work, though, by Locomotive to work their way up. Lucho Solignac easily covered by Babazeda.
And that's a nice the Locomotive can make some passes and connections and actually get into the attacking half early.
Let's take a look at our Casa Auto Group keys to the game tonight. Heidi, what are you looking for?
And we are looking for the Locomotive to match that intensity that Austin is going to bring it right from the start. So as we mentioned, Austin is trying to make the playoffs. They're in 5th place. They have to get points in their final matches of the regular season to have a chance at making the postseason. They're in control of their destiny, and they have to get a win tonight. So they're going to look to attack hard and attack often. Then they need to, both teams really need to manage fatigue. Both teams have played last weekend, El Paso on Sunday, Austin on the road on Saturday. And El Paso really needs to rely on their depth. Slowly, guys are getting healthy, but head coach Mark Lowry wants his guys to be ready for the playoffs. So wouldn't be surprised to see him, use that rotation and use those subs tonight. And then full 90-minute performance. See El Paso put a full 90-minute, and I'm gonna go there and say a full 90 plus, because we have had a lot of stoppage time and craziness in stoppage time. So look to completely dominate teams and take away opposition's best players. Really get back to that team defense and communicate all match, limit Austin's chances, and then find goals with our Lucho, Gomez, and Maris connection that we've got on the field tonight.
Gilbert Fuentes well dealt with. Locomotive, as you see the smoke pots, that's onside. Loose ball, the shot, stopped by Ketterer. And that might be an important stop. Ates Diouf fell right to him, and he was wide open coming up that left flank.
It did, but you know what? He did this on this, that kind of ball that had pace into him, is he stopped it dead. No deflection, smothered it, didn't knock it wide, didn't keep it back into play. So that's a good way to get started for Ketterer for tonight.
Logan Ketterer shrouded in the fog. The air not moving around a whole lot tonight. It's a beautiful evening here in downtown El Paso, Texas.
I wonder if they ever let Eighth Notch in during some of the trainings to kind of, get that atmosphere going with the with the colored smoke.
They love cheering for Locomotive FC. Going strong on a Wednesday evening. It'll be sent up the way by Cole Turner, who starts as a center back for Locomotive tonight. Usually a holding midfielder. That is his normal role, but certainly welcome in terms of his size and athleticism. The man on loan from Philadelphia Union.
Yeah, we'll get to see how he is matched up with those forwards when they take that central position. Can you match them up stride for stride down the middle, or kind of just limit the chances that the opponent has as far as getting balls into them?
A long ball that'll be headed back by Andrew Fox. You might notice Foxy's accessory. Andrew Fox, of course, coming back from concussion and wearing the headgear. It's not complete. It's not the Peter Cech look, but it is there for a reason. He's not just wearing a sweatband. And that is a foul drawn.
And if that's what it takes to be able to stay on the field and stay healthy, then, I think all the players are willing to do and use all of the possible gear that they can have.
Aaron Gomez, as we take a look at our referee and the assistant refs tonight, Kevin Broadley, Kevin Locke, and Rachel Smith on the lines. And our fourth official is Drew Player. Foul drawn by Aaron Gomez. And on the restart, Chaparrera. Central to Turner. Andrew Fox is, again, Chaparrera draws the foul on the delivery from Fox as we take a closer look at the Englishman. And lots of different, I guess, ways to get it done, but this is, it's a miracle of the sports technology, and you kind of pointed out the sports bras the guys wear these days. Those have tracking on them, and here is...
I don't think they want them to be called sports bras.
Well,
they are
true,
training gear to monitor their distance, their heart rate, and all of that. But I sure think it looks like sports bra, kind of like what Brandi Chastain looked like when she took her shirt off after they won the World Cup, after that penalty kick. That's what I see when I see it. But it's a great tool that brings it, just like the headgear is, if it can protect from a concussion.
Well, and I know that
it's fantastic.
It's not a favorite thing. I think Andrew Fox would like to let the locks flow, such as they are, but
hey, when you got hair like that, right?
Yeah, right, exactly. If I had hair like that, why not?
But it's amazing technology that is great to have tonight to keep him on the field and stay healthy.
Lucho Solignac. Andrew Fox will be featured on our Texas Tech Nod to the Doc, our injury report. That'll be coming up. Again, he was out along with Brian Rebellon. Let's go ahead and bring that up because it is a lengthy list. Richie Ryan still out with the leg. Sebastian Velasquez with the leg. Yuma, the hip injury. And then, of course, we have to go to a second page because it's just that time of the season, isn't it? Brian Rebellon had the head injury. Mishak Jerome is on the bench tonight. He is still nursing a leg injury. And, of course, Andrew Fox with the head injury.
Right. And Rebellon, though, he's on the pitch without any sort of headgear, but I'm not a concussion protocol expert or rehab, so that is it's working for him and where he's at with. But we're just glad to have him back to contribute again.
Lucho Solignac leads the team in goals this season. It is his 9th of the year. Scored on the road at Tulsa. actually scored here. Apologies, against Colorado Springs. And then, of course, providing the helper, he also leads the team in assists with 6. And when he came to El Paso, said as one of his goals, he wanted to score important goals, not just, have 2 when the team loses 4-2, but have them count. And certainly Lucho with 9, Diego with 8, Aron with 7. That is some pretty balanced scoring. Exactly what Mark Lowry's been looking for in his 3 seasons here.
And as you mentioned, not only has he been on the goal scoring, he's also contributed with assists.
Here's Maris looking to get open. He'll send it right. Solignac bounces wide, and it'll be a Chick-fil-A corner. You talk about Lucho Solignac. We've talked about his goals just now, but yes, he does lead the team in assists. And he earned his 6th with a beautiful selfless pass to Diego to give him his 8th at the last of that Colorado Springs match.
Absolutely. There was that turnover. He pushed the counterattack and just took it to the other team, drew all the pressure.
Maris.
And Diego, who had been great all night.
Sent back. Solignac had to be tipped over the bar. Actually, he did miss. It is going to be a goal kick. But Solignac
just over.
Did not miss by much.
Yeah, and a volley like that, I mean, the ball is bouncing. You need to time it really on it pops up. You need to get it just as it's going down and get over the ball and get it on frame. So they're not as, when they go in and they're on frame, they look like simple. But it's a lot to do with timing and just, how that strike is. So we've seen some of the Locomotive players do it before, and that's a good just kind of warm up. I'll take it as a warm up.
Okay, right. Again, going to your longtime refrain.
I know.
Shots on target. Put them on goal.
On target.
Logan Ketterer, the ball comes out, and that's played off. It'll be a Locomotive throw out this the youth in the way. Well, he's saying that, okay, I think he's overruled the assistant referee based on Logan's protestations.
But that was
initially
good.
It was going to be a throw in for Austin.
Yeah, I like Logan getting out there, but that deflection had me a little bit worried for a second that what if it didn't make its way out.
Indeed, the youth would have been off to the races with an empty net. Here is Fox, the switch. That'll get away from him, goes to Sarkoti. Knocked long by Babazeda, and it'll be out for an El Paso throw.
And Austin, we've mentioned Austin needs points for chances at making the playoff, but they've also, they're coming in on back-to-back losses on the road. They had 3-1 at Birmingham, 4-3 at Real Monarchs, which that was a wild game, and they lost that right at the end after double red cards, down to 9 men.
The whole bit.
And it's going to be tonight is the 3 of 4 straight on the road games. So they'll have to go to San Antonio on Saturday.
Rebellon takes a deflection. That'll be cleared away. Getting a foot to that, Okugo. Keeping it out of danger. That'll be nodded forward. No opportunity really to go forward for Dylan Maris. 12.5 in. And it's kind of settling into a battle in the midfield right now, Heidi.
Yes, it is. Locomotive has the ball's been changing possession in the midfield, and Locomotive's been getting forward into the attacking third. But I wouldn't say they've had the most quality chances that are actually on target. But they still have, a little bit of drive. They're working towards it. So if they can continue to keep up this intensity and stay focused, I think they can have a chance at creating some kind of quality chance on goal.
It'll be a Locomotive throw-in. Great work by Ross. Working on that Locomotive right wing with Gilbert Fuentes. Well done, puts it in off of Fuentes, who's 19-year-old in from the Earthquakes, and we have a foul in midfield. And our referee, Kevin Broadley, kind of urging everybody to take the foot off the gas a bit. Take it from the right spot.
Don't take the foot off the gas. Maybe not be chippy, but keep it going. The referee just needs, it's good to mention it.
Let the boys do their deal.
Mm-hmm.
Here's Fox.
Just don't make emotional fouls. Everything tactical.
Cole Turner into space for Ross in that holding number 6 role that Richie Ryan normally inhabits. Ross usually a more attacking midfielder, but talk about the job that Scotsman has done this season. He's almost a bit like Andrew Fox. Wherever he's needed, he shows up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he has really stepped up.
Solignac. High knock forward, looking, but not able to find Maris, and an easy grab for Babazeta in the end. Should point out for Austin, Jorge Troncoso serving a 3-game suspension after that tiff with Real Monarchs. This is, double red cards. Young 15-year-old keeper Fernando Delgado. Real Monarchs actually filed a police report after the incident where Troncoso, it looks a little hazy on the replay, so nobody's really certain. Looks like he tried to take a swing at the youngster who was protecting the ball after what was then the evening goal for Bold FC. And so, Troncoso, nothing came of it. Charges were not filed officially. But Troncoso's out for this match. And Bold FC is still looking to pick up the pieces in the road.
Yeah, and I know it's the Real Monarchs SLC player, but that goalkeeper was 15 years old.
Right.
The youngest professional start, which is quite impressive. And we do have one of the youngsters on the bench tonight for Locomotive.
Young Brooklyn Reigns. Wearing number 40, you'll see him on the bench. Well done. Chaperera, that'll bounce kindly to Miras. Spreads it out to Borelli. Borelli, as he is wont to do, crosses. Solignac, Lucho trying to bring that down, and well defended in the end. That allows Babazeta to come get it. Good work by Gustavo Risi.
The Austin defender definitely did a good job of getting in there before Lucho could get that to a place that he felt like he could get a strike on it.
The Argentine seeking his 10th goal of the season.
And I'm sure they've watched the Locomotive play. They know what Lucho can do and made sure to get there as quick as they could.
Should be pointed out, Lucho's played a couple of more matches than he did in San Antonio, but 8 goals in 16 matches, coming to El Paso, averaging a goal every other match. So.
And I think Coach Lowry, added him, expecting him to contribute to the attack and contribute to the goal scoring, and he has done what he was brought in to do.
Fox and Turner, who seems to have settled in nicely. In the spot Mishak Jerome usually inhabits. Mishak on the bench tonight and is available. Haitian international coming back from injury. And to that point, let's wait and see what happens here with Locomotive. Brought forward, Maris, that'll be cleared away. Straight to Borelli, who keeps it in play. Out on the touch, deserts, and it'll go over for a goal kick. But Gabriel Zapponi, who was an assistant coach, basically in charge of strength and fitness for Locomotive the first 2 seasons, left for family reasons, left the team, and is a coach of a League 2 side. In his, he's a native of Brazil, but has been in Florida any number of years. Worked with Mark Lowry back in Jacksonville. You see Gabe Zapponi sitting next to Richie Ryan right in the middle. But he has been brought back to work with some of the injured Locomotive players to nurse them back to health. Wonderful to have him back on that Locomotive bench, such as it is for the end of the regular season.
Absolutely. And Locomotive, they've had depth, and it's been Coach Lowry's worked different rotations and lineups in the back line and sitting in front of the back line. But boy, to have Yuma and Mishak back would be something that we're definitely looking towards the playoffs to that situation.
Aaron Gomez back there in the restart. Chaparrera does well, and that is going to be a foul on Austin Bold as Chapa takes his seat along with Colin Fernandez, who's whistled for the foul. Fernandez out of Illinois. Dual nationality, United States citizen along with citizen of Peru. And there's Chaparrera. He's a native of El Paso, Texas. The former Bel Air Highlander, who, as we're fond of saying, showed up at an open tryout and never left. Turner. That gets away from Borelli. A bit of a hot potato. He appreciates the effort. You want to talk about crosses. The statistic we heard in the pregame had Borelli with more than double the number of crosses than the next locomotive on the list, Maka King. We've seen the service Maka King delivers. Borelli with over 110 crosses of the ball this season. Incredible.
Definitely incredible. And several of those leading to directly to be assists for important locomotive goals. But there are some matches that the team scouting reports definitely tried to prevent him from getting forward, knowing how often he gets forward and has those great crosses.
It's good work
right
by
now,
Borelli, but
trying to get up again into the attack.
Handball, though. That'll give the free kick to Austin. Fabian Garcia. He of the height shorts. Back on the pitch for Bold FC. That is a bold move, to be sure. That'll be too long, and a throw-in coming for El Paso. Gives us an opportunity to tell you that since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation, the official ball supplier of the championship and many of the elite leagues throughout Europe. For the latest Select products and special offers, visit SelectSportAmerica.com. Good effort here. Maris ahead. Flag is down for Aaron, but it's a little far ahead. And an easy grab in the end for Arcia Babazeda. Great work by Maris to spot the open man. Gomez is not able to get there in time.
Yeah, he did a good job sidestepping that tackle attempt. What might help to prevent the keeper from being able to get that ball is just to play it a little bit less central, a little bit more to the side. Then that gives the keeper a little bit greater distance. And I got confidence that Gomez could get to that ball, get that little touch, and still slot it home.
Been such an important part with that left foot of his. 5 left-footed goals this season for Locomotive FC. Here is Fox from Gomez. The Englishman stood up a bit. Chapa. Solignac knocked on. Aaron Gomez hooks one and it's in. What a goal! Aaron Gomez with his 8th of the season. Locomotive FC on the volley. Aaron finds the net.
And Chapa, that was great for him to see that chance to send it in. Lucho does everything he can to get a touch on that ball, knocks it over, and there's that left foot from Gomez you just mentioned, Duke. And he gets up and over the ball. You see how he gets over it, gets it down onto frame. Makes it tough for the keeper to get when you got a ball that's going down towards the ground that he's got to meet. But you called it, that left foot by Gomez. Add another one.
Well, Aaron Gomez with his 8th of the season, that ties Diego Luna for 2nd spot on the team behind Lucho. We've talked about that 3-headed monster up at the front for Locomotive FC. We also were thinking before the match There's a guy that you want to see some production from tonight. You won't find a better goal than that.
And
the man on loan from FC Juarez, and here we go again. Harris dribbling through the pressure. Maris slides it out. Out on Gomez. The shot will be deflected, and the flag is up. Offside pass from Maris to Gomez. And El Paso is all over Bold FC here in the middle part of our first half.
And El Paso needs to keep, we're going to say it again, they need to keep up this intensity. Do not let down. Don't get up and then not keep putting the pressure on the opponent. The opponent's trying to find a solution. They don't have it yet. Keep doing what's working.
The pressure is on. Babazetta on the restart. It'll bounce kindly for Sarkoti. Trying to hold off Chaperera. Lifts a foot in, and that's going to be a foul. So a free kick in a dangerous area. Sarkoti looking for a little space with Borelli.
And he created that space from his defender. His defender was trying to recover, but with that volley, just did not give the defender enough time to close.
Garcia, hands to the sky.
Gomez just played too quickly for the Austin players to be able to recover. Okay, let's see how they match up on this this service.
Colin Fernandez back to deliver it for Bold. Sends a nice one in far post, and it's taken away by Logan Ketterer. Cut right out. The edge of the 6. Logan Ketterer will gobble that up. You talked before about how important it is to have a keeper. As that one's a nice delivery to Borelli. It's offside. Flag is up.
I was just gonna say that was a nice distribution.
Well, you've talked about it before on how important it is to have a keeper who settles things as well as Logan Ketterer does.
Absolutely. Now there also, the other thing though, the Bold players were still coming in, and he got that cleanly, but that Bold player kind of fell off to the side. Keepers have, you know, kind of have the ability to also protect themselves a little bit, put up that knee, you know, to just create your space and say, okay, just don't run into me. I'm not being aggressive or violent, but they get that protective space.
Sarkoti, nice settle on a beautiful pass. Sarkoti to the far post again. Ketterer snatches it out of trouble with Artist Diouf sneaking in on that left wing.
Ketterer kind of was looking to see where was he trying to go to beat him. Could he get him off his line just enough? And they didn't really see a player running kind of towards the near post, but not to the far side.
And maybe a bit off target on the part of Sarkoti, who I think was looking on that far post, but delivered the ball a little more centrally maybe than he would have liked. The man in black, Mark Lowry. It's a return to the black after kind of changing costume a bit in Tulsa and in Los Angeles. I think he's probably going to stick with the black after that last weekend. That's cleared away with authority by Cole Turner.
Yeah, he probably isn't not going to wear his socks again, whatever socks he wore. That's easy to get.
Well, Mark Lowry has engineered quite the 3 seasons in El Paso, and you know, the playoffs, anything can happen in any playoff, but to be where they are, this position at this time with a division title and possibly home field advantage throughout what they can control at least the first 2 rounds of the playoffs, it's the best Locomotive has done. Knocked back by Boehner, an easy cover for Ketterer, who will restart quickly to Rebellon.
Yeah, El Paso, so far against the Bold, El Paso has 2 wins and 3 draws since 2019. Both wins 1-0 in Austin and 3-0 in El Paso were in 2021, and in 2020 they did not play each other.
Yeah, in separate divisions at that point. almost a pod structure by the USL Championship to deal with COVID. I think Lowry particularly happy with that challenge, and there we see.
But Coach Lowry really has had to figure out how to make it through these all these games in such a short period of time. This is game 7 of 9 in a month, and having to work all the players, let guys get back from their injuries. You know, he's trying different lineups also, you know, as far as, you know, depending on personnel. When the playoff time comes, you got to play the best lineups that you have in the best formations for the available personnel against who you're playing with. So, you know, he's getting to look at different things. So the injuries are letting him get that opportunity, right? You try to spin it to the positive.
Kind of forcing it, yes. But yeah, indeed, as Cole Turner starting at center back tonight. I think he's filled in from time to time in that role, a couple of games.
And that gives them, with Andrew Fox and him, it gives a little bit more central height than they have with Yuma and Mishak.
Well done by Fox. Basically swallowed up Colin Fernandez. And earns the Locomotive a throw. But Mark Lowry has insisted on his system that not many teams, especially at second division professional level in the United States, want to play or are capable of playing. There's a lot of knock it forward and run onto the ball. There's plenty of that. But that ball control side-to-side movement, the foul on Rebellon as he takes down Ates Diouf. Turnabout is fair play, as Diouf fouled Rebellon a little bit earlier.
But Rebellon is back.
Right, exactly.
He's got some physical. He's definitely one of our players that brings the physical dimension to the game.
Rebellon, 29 years of age, the man from Puerto Gaitan, Colombia. Has been a part of Mark Lowry teams for many seasons, back with the Jacksonville Armada. The old NASL, and an absolute stalwart along the wing here for Locomotive FC for 3 seasons. Garcia, unmistakable. Garcia has scored goals. He can send it in. I'm not sure if he'll try it that far off the byline. Take a crack. It bounces kindly, but nobody touched it. Goal kick. Oh, corner kick. Chick-fil-A corner coming up for Austin Bold. As there you see our Southwest University player profile, Aaron Gomez, scored the goal to lead or to put Locomotive ahead in this match. 8 goals in the season. Had the goal and an assist versus Tulsa, and tied now for second of the team in goals. Lurking a little bit of defense there, and how about that? Foul in the box before the play had restarted, so I'm not sure. Gustavo Risi, I don't know if that was a foul that will give Locomotive the free kick. It was certainly right in front of us. Talking about Aaron. Aaron Gomez, drama major. There was contact, to be sure.
They were both making some contact, and then there was definitely an arm up and over the face.
And a very El Paso chant from 8th notch. Colin Fernandez to deliver the Chick-fil-A corner after some discussion. Kevin Broadley.
And the captain Fox over there too, to make sure.
Andrew Fox.
Here's what the official is.
Again, it's Gustavo Risi. Aaron giving as good as he got, but then, yeah, right up in on the head. And our cameras just happen to be right on it. That's when you're doing your job right. Chick-fil-A corner kick coming up.
And just guessing the officials just gave verbal warnings to both of them.
It looks, well, there's still more warnings coming from Kevin Broadley. Goodness gracious. And now is it Jermaine Taylor of Bold. And that draws another very El Paso chant from 8th Notch. And the yellow card is issued to Aron Gomez, it appears. We'll try to confirm that, but the caution
he didn't like
is
getting
out.
that the initial arm and elbow to the face, I'm guessing, and then I'm sure there's some chippiness going on in the box.
Well, Aron Gomez has found his way into the book, it appears. And now our Chick-fil-A corner. Delivered, far post. Fox gets ahead to it. It'll go out for an Austin throw.
Yeah, that was an important commitment by Andrew Fox to get to that ball and get a header on, especially with all this emotions happening.
Here's the long
in this
throw
series.
In. And an easy grab for Ketterer. Nobody in white anywhere near it. The yellow was indeed on Aron Gomez. So the yellow on the goal scorer in the 33rd minute. Gustavo Risi sent in that throw just a little too long. Locomotive trying to play out of the back here. Fox. Dangerous, and it pops up and away from Ross, but somehow it comes to Chaparrera trying to toe drag his way through. Good positioning by Austin. And the service across the box, and two Bold jerseys in for Gilbert Fuentes' cross. It didn't find either Beto Avila or Artes Diouf.
No, but
amazingly.
That was a dangerous ball across.
The ball goes whistling all the way through. It will be a Locomotive throw-in.
Any touch on that ball by either team, and that could have been being dug out of the back of the net.
Well, Gilbert Fuentes, again, just 19 years of age, on loan from the Earthquakes. And here we have a caution on Risi in the 36th minute. It just continues to get chippier and chippier. So Risi and Aron Gomez, the original combatants on the start of that corner, each picking up yellows now. I think Kevin Broadley's had just about enough.
Now maybe if they had gotten the yellows down here, then it wouldn't have been trailing along.
Well,
sometimes a nice, gesture of a warning doesn't end it.
Rebellon. Restart from Boehner. Turner, Ketterer. Long out of the back. That's touched by Lucho. Aron trucking it down. Great work to just outstretch that for Fabian Garcia. First in the ball, Aron Gomez. Again, Aron. Chapa trying to get there, but Lucho will. Herrera taken down, and it's a big free kick right in front of the referee. Jermaine Taylor with the harm, and here is Ross. And it's at that angle where any touch, you pointed it out on the cross a little bit earlier, any touch can be disaster for the defending team. Ross delivered a couple of beauties in that match versus Colorado Springs. The Scotsman, nice chip up and in, that's headed out, but not out of the box. Turning around, Aron. It'll be covered by Babazeda.
And I think Gomez is enjoying this. The last few matches, the roles he's had to play, he really had to be much more of a workhorse and work in the midfield. And with the lineup tonight, he's getting that luxury to be a little bit higher when he's receiving the ball, to be kind of just attacking, getting into attacking opportunities.
Hospitals of Providence goal scored by Aron Gomez in the 23rd minute to give Locomotive the lead as we are just about into the 39th. We're in downtown El Paso. Trying to turn us Omar Sis. That's a good takeaway by Ross in the end. Lucho trying to deliver it back to Maris, and it'll be knocked over the back line. Another Chick-fil-A corner.
Nice little move there by Maris to juke his defenders. And then Locomotive had numbers getting forward, but just the Bold is able to close down Lucho just enough that he can't get either a shot or the cross in front.
Ross is back. If they want to play it short, it will be Dylan Maris. The man from Zionsville, and since coming back from injuries, delivered some amazing service. Babazetta that looked a little more awkward maybe than it should have been. Knocked around by Lucho into the box. Rebellon will chase it down and is fouled. Another free kick from just outside the area.
And I'd like to point out, Chapa, tonight, he has been keeping balls in play. Balls that the Bold are trying to clear. He's been finding a way to either knock them with his head, get it to his feet, just keep them from getting into, getting out of being under pressure. So he's really been stepping up in that area.
I will say Chaparrera, since basically being forced into the starting lineup in a number of circumstances, has been absolutely stellar in his play for the last month or two. When they've needed him most, and it will be Ross to deliver this. See Borelli, Chapa, and Maris in a line. That'll be easily knocked away. Ross trying to get position, does well. Bold have it bounce their way this time. And that'll be a foul. But it's not on Chaparrera. It's on Beto Avila. I don't know if that was maybe for simulation. Let's see if we can get a replay on this, but Avila writhing on the ground in pain, and Eighth Notch letting him know about it. It's a foul on Avila that will give the restart to Locomotive. Let's see. Maybe a step in on Chapa, it appears.
Yeah, Chapa had position to be able to play the ball, and it looked like Avila kind of tried to go through him and played the man. Or if he was playing the ball, he was going through the man. But did try to make a good attempt to
just
have it go his way.
Maris for Aron. Well run down in the end by Jermaine Taylor, trying to clear it out. Good pressure by Rebellon. But Austin will have this. Out again to Avila. Young man from Hutto, Texas, in the Austin area. Taylor to Garcia. Trying to make the turn is Diouf, and he does. Well done on Ross. Working against Boehner here. The cross lifted out by Turner. So promising on this. Diouf has been a handful down that right wing side, but Locomotive survive it again.
Yeah, and that is the Locomotive kind of possession, even out of the back under pressure, that it's refreshing to see it again.
Fox to distribute to Borelli. Now Locomotive has certainly had the better of the ball. Austin tries to take a chop at that. Bold FC to this point, just the one shot. It is on frame.
Was that
but it's
probably
the only
first one that Ketterer made the stop on?
Yes.
Yeah, they haven't created too much chances getting forward. Locomotive has been getting forward. It's been nice to see that kind of commitment and intensity. But, you know, Locomotive's up 1-0. Still would like to extend that so that put some distance between the opponent and the home side.
With sights set on home field advantage, Locomotive FC welcoming Oklahoma City Energy, looking to remain in the playoff hunt, and they are really in a fight for it. In the Central Division, it is El Paso and OKC Energy. That is this Sunday. It's 6 p.m. That will be nationally televised on ESPN Deportes, but it's also the final home match of the regular season for Locomotive. We certainly hope to see you out here at Southwest University Park.
Absolutely. We'd love to have fans here to bring the energy, be that 12th
See
man.
what you did there. That'll be a foul on Ross. That is a professional foul indeed. As Beto Avila once again having to get up off of the pitch. Bring the energy. I'm going to write that down. So we will have, I would imagine, some eco-living stoppage time at the end of this first half, but hearing that it's going to be 2 minutes. Austin electing to go to their left on the restart, and it is not the best of delivery by Avila up that left flank. And now what do we have? Apparently, Kevin Broadley's very particular about where people take throw-ins. Here is Chapa trying to dribble his way 1 against 2. It'll be an Austin throw. Here is Avila. Good work by Rebellon. He'll draw the contact from Artes Diouf. Getting kind of clunky in the late stages of this first half, and it will be 2 minutes of eco-living stoppage time from what we hear. But Locomotive FC content with that, with the 1-0 lead. And there's the official signal. 2 minutes of eco-living stoppage time as Logan Ketterer gets the restart working. Great work by Rebellon. Chest traps and gets it away from Diouf. Boehner will head that. Leaping grab by Ryan Thompson, head coach for Austin Bold. First Jamaican to lead a team in the championship. Diouf down on the pitch. Some contact with his Huckleberry tonight, Brian Rebellon. And it is a Texas Tech nod to the dock. So there you see 8th notch. Wednesday night, Friday night, Saturday night, or as the case may be, this Sunday night.
Yep.
They have been in full voice all the way through. You see our man Fernie staying hydrated out there. They provided some special atmosphere when these teams got together prior to this. Of course, have been some notable matchups both in Austin and in El Paso. Diego scoring his first goal on the road at Bold FC just a handful of matches into the season. 4 to be precise. He has 8 tonight, or 8 coming into the match tonight. He's on the bench to start this game.
Yeah, he's put in quite some minutes and some shifts for the last few matches, so if he makes an appearance tonight, he'll be like, oh, just a few minutes, I can just run all day.
And that is going to be the end of the first half of play. Indeed, he should have lots of energy should they decide to sub him in second half action. But after the first 45, it is Locomotive FC 1 and Austin Bold 0. Courtesy of that man, our Hospitals of Providence goal in the 23rd minute. Locomotive FC making it work this evening offensively and defensively. But that is spectacular. More to come after our GECU halftime show as we continue.
Some comebacks are welcome. Others, we can do without. The best way to reduce the risk of a COVID-19 resurgence is to get fully vaccinated. Learn more at reducetherisk915.org and be on the lookout for pop-up vaccination sites in neighborhoods across El Paso County. Let's bring back the things we love, and let's put the pandemic in the past by getting vaccinated. Brought to you by the Paso del Norte Health Foundation and El Paso County.
FC has gone Adidas. Brand new official Locomotive gear in the 3 stripes is available, including the 2021 jerseys and new styles from men, women, and children. With unique colors and styles, there's something for everyone. Shop online at locomotiveteamshop.com or visit our team shop located at the stadium.
Why is Ozzy so jazzed up?
Well, the Locomotive is having a winning season, and so are we at Casa Ford.
We're 20-time winners of the Ford President's Award, and it's all thanks to our championship service and savings.
Get 0% financing on a new 2021 Ford F-150. And we're passing you more trade-in value than ever before. Trade in and get more.
Score a great deal at El Paso's #1 Ford dealer.
Casa Ford, home of the nice guys, an official partner of Locomotive Soccer.
Yeah!
Welcome to the GECU Halftime Show. Manage your accounts 24/7 with GECU Online Banking, the GECU mobile app, and GECU ATMs. Learn more at gecu.com.
And we have a crowd. The crowd's enjoying a 1-0 score against Austin. Welcome back to Southwest University Park, and thank you for joining us on the GECU Halftime Show. So I'm Heidi Mocha. As we wrap up the regular season, one of the bright spots for El Paso has been the younger talent that has been contributing to Locomotive throughout the season. El Paso has signed multiple players to youth academy contracts, and they have been training with the team. This past weekend, 2 players made their professional debuts.
More substitutions here. Diego Garcia coming on. Mark Lowry saying, all right, you have an opportunity here to show me something.
Diego Garcia came in, looked great. He turned 15 that day, so he was essentially a 14-year-old. Must be one of the youngest players in league history to enter the field.
Young Diego was 15 on the day, so it was a big day for him, and it made me feel a lot older as well, because he's pretty exactly half my age, which didn't make me feel good, but it's great for them because it's a great experience. They've come in training and they've done really well.
Diego Garcia being so young, really excited about him, the type of player he is, very similar to Diego Luna. You know, that creative, energetic type attacking player. And then Brooklyn is obviously well known across the country. Brooklyn is one of the top U16s in the country. Ranked, top 5 in the country for his age.
Here's that substitution. Brooklyn Reigns coming on.
These guys deserve it. I mean, they're in there on merit right now. These are not token minutes. These are the guys we have available. They're the next man up. So it's good to put them in those situations where they get to have some valuable minutes and train every day with us. And
it shows the academy's doing well, and I think if you're good enough, you're old enough, so hopefully we'll see more of them in the future.
From a staff perspective, from a senior players perspective, it's great having these young kids that energize the group. It gives us a reason to keep fighting, because these kids are the future.
The locker room has fully embraced the younger guys, and veterans like Richie Ryan and Yuma have been very involved in their development. Mark Lowry has been a big proponent of simply getting quality players no matter what age and having them contribute to the team goal of winning a championship. It's exciting to see these opportunities for these players in El Paso. It's a fun night here in El Paso with all these fans having a great time out here. We have Locomotive 1, Bold 0. We'll be back.
Today, as you step onto the field, you step into your purpose. You step strong. You step hard. Con toda la fuerza de mujer. You step up.
Hey, y'all. Can we change up the chores?
Sorry. It's up to the wheel, man.
Oh, yeah?
Hey! Change the channel back!
Sorry, it's up to the wheel!
a first-generation student here at Bellevue University. I feel like if I were to have gone to a different university, my experience would have been a lot more stressful and overwhelming, because I feel like I wouldn't have gotten that personal experience that Bellevue University has to offer.
Today, as you step onto the field, you step into your purpose. You step strong. You step hard. Con toda la fuerza de mujer. You step up.
Welcome back to downtown El Paso. That's a little further away than downtown El Paso, but an absolutely beautiful full moon over the Sun City here at Southwest University Park. 1-0 Locomotive FC over Austin Bold FC. Duke Keith along with Heidi Mocha with you. Once again, the fans enjoying themselves. Nachos out of a soccer bowl, why not? Let's take a look at some of the weekend action. Saturday, October the 16th, Las Vegas Lights and Phoenix Rising. Good grief. Rising 6-3 over Las Vegas. Switchbacks FC, a big win versus Rio Grande Valley in Colorado Springs, 1-0. San Antonio, 1-1 with FC Tulsa in a dogfight there in the Central Division with OKC Energy, Locomotive's next opponent. And a big result as well, San Diego Loyal, New Mexico United, notched at 1 apiece. United with the goal at the death to tie that one. Let's take a look at the top of the division in the Mountain. Of course, Locomotive FC with that Y. That means that they have sewed up not only the division, but first place in the division. Sewed up playoffs, but also the division title. 58 points to San Antonio FC's 48 points. Goal differential a little better for San Antonio than Switchbacks, also tied with 48. And New Mexico United with 40. Austin Bold also with 40 points coming in, but it's United just the better goal differential. So we take a look at news around the USL. Locomotive FC on ESPN Deportes. That will be October the 4th, versus OKC Energy. That is this Sunday, 6 p.m. start. It is nationally televised on ESPN Deportes, but we certainly hope to see you here on Locomotive's final home match of the regular season. Tickets and playoff strips for all home matches already available for season ticket members, for everybody that signed up on the internet, or if you're planning to bring along a group. Early access for single match tickets for those on the interest form starts at 10 a.m. tomorrow. The general public can begin to get them at noon. And let's head over to Locomotive social media and vote for Maka as the USL Championship goal of the week. His efforts as he's falling down, able to get a foot in the ball. That was an amazing goal. Even made it on ESPN's top 10 midweek goals. That is on Salazar and Hercules Gomez, Football Americas, as we listen into them talking about what was their 6th best of the week.
Let's check in on the USL at number 6, Herc. Maka King.
Hey, El Paso scores some. They score some
Right?
nice goals.
Are they in this every week?
Every week. Look at this. He's fighting with a defender. Look at the strength he shows. Look at this. The agility, the strength, and
he's very resourceful.
Star and former U.S. national teamer Hercules Gomez with some love for Locomotive, Heidi.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Maka there, he is committed to that ball, and whether he can see the ball or see the goal, he is for sure going to get contact on that. He mentions, I couldn't see it. I crawled out of there, and I could tell from the crowd it must have gone in. And so that was pretty amazing. With
Incredible
fantastic
shot.
service as well.
Looks like he's coming out from a white igloo. They're at the last. 1-0 at the break. Let's take it to break, and when we come back, first half stats and highlights as we continue the GECU halftime show.
Nitro Circus is back for 2021 with the action-packed You Got This tour coming to El Paso Saturday, October 23rd. Top athletes in FMX, skate, BMX, scooter, and more. Are you ready to get this party started? Throwing down huge world firsts off the biggest ramps in action sports. With more crazy contraptions, more insane stunts, more high adrenaline fun than ever before. El Paso. Get ready to put your hands in the air. We're coming to Southwest University Park this October 23rd. Get your tickets now at nitrocircus.com.
Wow, you guys are great.
Whoa, Tony, that's amazing. I know. Can you believe how great these prices are?
Score a new Nissan with game-winning savings at Casa Nissan.
Get a 2021 Nissan Titan with 0.9% APR for 60 months.
Get a championship deal on your new ride at Casa Nissan.
Home of the Nice Guys is an official partner of Locomotive Soccer.
Yeah!
Locomotive FC has gone Adidas. Brand new official Locomotive gear in the 3 stripes is available, including the 2021 jerseys and new styles from men, women, and children. With unique colors and styles, there's something for everyone. Shop online at locomotiveteamshop.com or visit our team shop located at the stadium.
Welcome back, Southwest University Park, the place. Locomotive FC up over Austin Bold 1-0 at the half. Duke Keith and Heidi Mocha with you as we take a look at our first half statistics. And really, just domination by Locomotive, including the score. 6-1 total shots, passing accuracy up around where they usually are in the possession. Yeah, roughly 60-40, Heidi.
Absolutely. And, you know, the stat that matters tonight is that 1 goal at this time. But what the Locomotive need to do second half is have more of the same. More goals and more solid defense.
Outstanding.
So before we head to break, let's take a moment to recognize our Hospitals of Providence employee highlight. Tonight, we feature Diana Arzola. Diana serves as a patient care technician and is always providing her patients with compassionate care and a positive patient experience. Thank you, Diana, for the difference you make in our community. That wraps it up for the GECU halftime show. Second half on the other side of the break. El Paso 1, Austin 0.
Thank you for watching the GECU Halftime Show. Manage your accounts 24/7 with GECU Online Banking, the GECU mobile app, and GECU ATMs. Learn more at gecu.com.
Locomotive FC has gone Adidas. Brand new official Locomotive gear in the 3 stripes is available, including the 2021 jerseys and new styles from men, women, and children. With unique colors and styles, there's something for everyone. Shop online at locomotiveteamshop.com or visit our team shop located at the stadium.
Some comebacks are welcome. Others, we can do without. The best way to reduce the risk of a COVID-19 resurgence is to get fully vaccinated. Learn more at reducetherisk915.org and be on the lookout for pop-up vaccination sites in neighborhoods across El Paso County. Let's bring back the things we love, and let's put the pandemic in the past by getting vaccinated. Brought to you by the Paso del Norte Health Foundation and El Paso County.
Locomotive FC offers a wide variety of exclusive experiences, including private party spaces, individual suites, and hospitality areas. Give us a call at 915-235-GOAL for more information and to book your next event.
A beautiful shot of downtown El Paso, Texas. 1-0 Locomotive FC at the half over Austin Bold. Duke Keith along with Heidi Mocha. Before we get started with the second half, let's take a quick look at the highlights. And it began with a pretty solid effort from Artes Diouf. Nice give and go. Diouf opened down that left wing side, but Logan Ketterer in the end making a solid save. Then Dylan Maris on the corner kick. He's going to get this one to Lucho, the Argentine. On the carom. Redirects and does not miss by much. But the goal, something spectacular. And you pointed out, Heidi, the great work by Chaparrera to keep balls in. He gets it to Lucho 1 time. And on the bounce, Aaron Gomez with an athletic goal, as you will see. Just gorgeous, Heidi.
Absolutely. And what you notice on that goal is everyone, quick play. There is focus. You can see the focus, you can see intensity, and you can see quick play and getting that opportunity on target. So more of that in the second half for Locomotive, and they can pull off another W.
Aaron Gomez about ready to start things off. The goal scorer in minute 23 for Locomotive FC. With his 8th of the season to tie him for 2nd of the team with Diego. Diego starting the match on the bench tonight. Will be whistled up and over. Good work to get it out to Beto Avila. Avila. Well done, Cole Turner. We talk about the experienced lineup that Mark Lowry has really relied upon for the 3 seasons he's been in El Paso. You talk about the Richie Ryan and Mishaks. Guys like Ross and Rebellon who've been here, who've done it. But a great mix of young talent. Cole Turner has fit in almost seamlessly wherever he's been asked to fill in. Obviously, Diego, we've talked about him since before the season started. Dynamic youngsters who are making a difference for this Locomotive squad.
Absolutely, and yeah, Diego started, I remember, 17-year-old Diego Luna coming up, you know. What kind of impact is he going to have? Well, we've seen that, and now introducing some other younger players that already play like a much older player and integrating them with the veterans and also allowing them to learn from them. It's going to improve their game and increase their learning rate as well. So, but that's Locomotive's going to have to do that. We see, you know, if you're a little bit older, maybe you don't recover as quick or you don't come back from an injury as quick.
Richie Ryan, dressed up as a coach. He pretty much is one on the field anyway, regardless of what his uniform is, whether he's in shorts or trainers, warm-ups.
And that's what coaches want. Coaches, the game is a player's, you know, a player's day to have fun. Trainings and practices is when the coaches need to get their point across, get the players to learn what they need and want, and then let the players have at it.
Aaron to Maris to Lucho, far corner, and it's in! What a goal! Lucho sets El Paso's hearts aflame with an absolutely gorgeous curling strike, his 10th of the season. Speaking of Football America's golazos.
That's what I was trying to see. It did take a slight deflection off of the defender and completely put it out of the goalkeeper's reach. But good vision by Lucho to see that he had a chance to get that strike from that distance. And right there, that's what we wanted from the Locomotive, to keep up that intensity, keep up that quick play, and get on the board early for this second half.
Beautiful ball from Maris, but it was all started by Aaron, and his interception right at midfield got the ball rolling, quite literally. To Maris and Lucho. The Argentine doesn't need much. One touch.
And Locomotive are defending as a team. I mean, that is what makes them have had such success this season.
Your Hospitals of Providence goal scored by Lucho from outside the box, that slight deflection and up.
Yeah, upper 90.
Right upper 90. Is
that going to be
top bins, as the kids say
upper
these
goal
days.
of the week this week?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
Or Gomez's?
Either one. I think they both may be making something on Football Americas. They do 2 of those shows, I think every Monday and Thursday on ESPN Plus if you have the subscription, which of course you do if you're watching tonight, so there you go. So 23rd minute goal scored by Aaron Gomez, and here in minute 48, Lucho. 2 of the more gorgeous goals you will see all season long, scored on the same Wednesday evening here in El Paso, Texas. Avila, lots of room to roam. Long cross to the far post, headed out of trouble by Turner. And that will allow Rebellon space. Switch. Lucho to Borelli. Chapa draws the contact. That's another underrated performance. It's probably something you learn from a veteran like Richie Ryan or Yuma, how to draw and take a foul.
Absolutely. And Chapa has seen so many minutes in the last few matches. So I'm sure that's helped him to fine-tune drawing the foul without being, battered.
Indeed. Great to see Chapa. That's going to be a foul on Austin as Borelli getting tangled. It appears with Omar Sis. Eder Borelli. We talked about the almost 2-to-1 service ratio over Maka King, who's next best in the team. Borelli, the man from Monterrey, he's only 5'7", 155 pounds. He's got a distance runner's body, but he puts in a shift every game.
Yeah, he has, I think, his 3 assists on the season, and he also leads the team in tackles coming in tonight, having won 44.
Incredible. Had been a team captain with FC Juarez, El Paso's sister club south of the border in Ciudad Juarez, Mexico. FC Juarez Bravos escorted the team into the first division a couple of seasons ago into Liga MX. Took him a while to break into the lineup, but once he was in, Mark Lowry certainly saw his value, and it's been hard to keep him out since. Here is Fox. Locomotive looking to play out of the back. Fox seeing an opportunity to get the deflection. Borelli also a team captain. Yuma started the season as team captain along with Richie Ryan, but you've pointed out before how Mark Lowry has wanted his team to be 11 captains on the pitch, and indeed they've spread the wealth around.
Exactly.
It's Andrew Fox tonight.
Exactly.
It's actually an Austin Bold throw. We talk about the leadership. Here's another one, Brian Rebellon. Dylan Maris. Locomotive threatening again. Aron. Maris ready to tee one up. That's stopped on the bounce and sent out for a Chick-fil-A corner. Will be a goal kick. Last to it was Maris, they say, as he and Fabian Garcia got tied up. Let's take a look. Great work by Babazeta.
That was a critical save by the Austin goalkeeper, because that strike had incredible pace and was on target. That would instead he would have been pulling it out of the back of the net. But that was some amazing tight passing in very tight spaces by the Locomotive to get that ball to Maris, and then his footwork to be able to create that opening for himself and get a shot like that off.
The goal kick and the restart, I guess, has to come from further back. Yeah, got to put it in the edge of the 6. Austin about ready to make a number of substitutions. Coming off will be Gilbert Fuentes. For him will be Nathaniel Adamolikun. Also coming on, Casey Walls. So Adamolikun and Walls on here in minute 54. Fabian Garcia has had to contend with a lot. The 19-year-old delivered some good service, but I think he's had a lot to handle. And here is Maris, the hard takedown by Jermaine Taylor. Taylor, the Jamaican defender, coming to Austin from Minnesota United, among others. 14 matches, 6 starts for United during their inaugural season in 2017. Former Portland Timber, lots of Major League Soccer experience, Jamaican national teamer as well. Opportunistic by Aron, but well cut out by Taylor. Headed down, Lucho. Chapa tries his luck. Trying to maybe advance it a little further into the box. That'll be deflected as Borelli tried the cross. And out for a throw off Sarkoti. You talk about that experience and the way Locomotive spreads the wealth around. Lots of experience, and when you have those youngsters like Cole Turner, like Diego, they have a wealth of experience from which to draw, don't they?
Absolutely, whether it be on the pitch, you know, during matches or at practices or in the locker room. You know, they that experience can't be replicated.
Looks like a foul in the box. The restart coming. Austin will play it out of the back. Oh, it's actually a throw. Okay.
So a throw-in violation?
Possibly. Foot dragged over the line. Rarely see that. Throw-in violation on El Paso, so Austin Bold with the restart.
And that's where Locomotive, you know, that's just kind of a, you know, a small error, and it's in the attacking third for them, so it's not a huge, hopefully have a huge impact, but little mental miscues like that need to be handled so that they can keep moving forward in this match and have a complete game. As we talked about earlier, is play 90 minutes, but really I want 90 minutes plus any stoppage time, so 90 plus.
There's Taylor playing for his countryman Ryan Thompson, first Jamaican head coach in the championship. And his Bold FC squad looking to make something happen offensively. Lifted out by Fox. Stays in play. Fox again. Flag is up for offside. Played in from the wing. But Adamalikan a step ahead of that Locomotive back line.
Fox has done a good job of reading where Austin is trying to go and what they're trying to do for this match. In the last match, the entire defense just kind of was a step off, just couldn't quite get the read. So it's nice to see back to form for him and the rest of the squad tonight.
Well, it is amazing. I mean, and Locomotive is certainly dealing with its share of injuries, as is Austin tonight. Again, Javier Baez, their leading scorer, not in the match. Their great goalkeeper, Elliot Panico, out of the match. Suffered an injury a couple of matches ago that was serious enough they had to stop playing and replace him.
And as we've said, it's that time of year.
It is.
And, you know, I think we were told that Adair Borelli, he even has said, you know, he was kind of surprised because it seemed that the league had added all these matches, not just Locomotive, but so many teams are playing way more matches in October than what they would think, you know, instead of having maybe the matches be a little fewer to make sure the teams were a little bit healthier and ready for the playoffs. But all teams are kind of battling that and adding that challenge to managing their lineups and travel and rehab. And
I think travel might be one thing, and also venue availability might be another as to why things are kind of stacked up latter part of the season as opposed to getting everything done early. But you're essentially trying to cram 8 months of games into 6 months.
Right.
So yeah, you have to feel for the schedule makers, but more so for the players. And let's not forget that the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup didn't even take place for a second straight year. There were dates they were going to play that competition, and Locomotive they were going to represent the Mountain Division from last season. That didn't even happen.
And that's why Locomotive had so few games early on.
Here's Aron, tries for that far corner, off target, goal kick.
I think Aron Gomez is looking to get a brace.
He might want one.
It's kind of like the other night when Diego was just itching for a goal. Like there was going to be some way, and then Lucho got it to him. Gomez is wanting. If Coach Lowry keeps him on the field for much more of the match, I think that is where his mindset is.
Well, if you can't watch the match, turn on Sirius XM FC, channel 157, North America's only 24/7 source of soccer radio, featuring Ray Hudson, Tony Meola, Rodney Marsh, and USL All Access with Mike Watson, Devin Kerr, every Tuesday night at 7 Eastern, 5 Mountain. You can also hear live action from the USL, Major League Soccer, the Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC, channel 157 in the Sirius XM app. Has kept my broadcast partner company on more than one long journey. There's an opportunistic try, far post, and it slid just wide of Adamalikun. It's a decent thought from the two most recent Bold subs, sent in from that left wing by Casey Walls.
That's got to be, though, that is, even for the highest level of players, a ball coming across like that over your shoulder to drop in front and needing to have that timing and touch is a difficult skill to perform and timing.
Logan Ketterer looked like he wanted to go route one to Aron. Goes a little longer than that. And here's Taylor. Reese. Try the switch. Borelli steps in front of it. Lucho not able to get there in time. Here's Reese again.
Good read by Borelli. He knows about that switch, as the Locomotive loves to play that.
Maris. Nice work with Rebellon. Back to the man from Zionsville. Dylan Maris. Aron's offside. Maris will pull it back. Ross. Borelli. Chips it forward and off the chest of Sarkoti. That cross didn't go where he wanted it to.
No.
Out for a Locomotive throw. '20-year-old Cole Turner on loan from Philadelphia Union. What an academy those guys have. The Aronson brothers. There's Brendan Aronson in Champions League qualification today. Flag is up. That will not count. Offside is the call. It'll be a restart for Austin Bold. But Brendan Aronson.
I was hoping to see a replay, but the only way is if you can see the serve, the man,
right,
at the same time.
Aronson and FC Salzburg with a big win today. They topped their group in the UEFA Champions League. And Aronson, the former Union player in Europe. Lots of youngsters, including El Paso's Ricardo Pepe. El Paso County, we should point that out. He's from San Elizario. They like to say so. So we will. But the FC Dallas player, rumored to have put in his transfer request. And FC Dallas, I think, is going to make a nice bit of change on that transfer fee, which is well into 7 figures, healthily into 7 figures for that outstanding young talent. Lucho trying to control. It'll bounce around. Sarkoti to pick it up for Bold. Slid into space for Fernandez. Chased down. It'll be a Bold throw. Borelli did well to prevent him the space to move. But it's actually a foul on Eder Borelli. And an Austin Bold free kick coming up. And a substitution. Beto Avila for Aldo Quintanilla. Avila, whose name, frankly, we haven't called a whole lot, coming off here in the 65th minute. And Quintanilla, who comes, or came to Austin from RGV Toros FC, entering the fray. Skimmer of a ball, headed out of trouble by Locomotive. Service a low worm burner by Colin Fernandez. A little bit more off the turf than that, but still. And Locomotive will earn the throw. You have to say tonight, Heidi, it looks like Mark Lowry's squad to this point in the match has done what they wanted to do pretty much every step of the way.
Yeah, they're doing the things that Locomotive has been known for doing, and you mentioned it earlier in the broadcast that, you know, unbeaten at home for a full calendar year, and this place is kind of Locomotive's fortress. But, you know, I know Locomotive are up 2-0. Everything's going their way. I'd like to see another goal to just put, again, more distance to solidify what they've done so far tonight, and to just get that. I mean, clean sheet would be great, but in case it doesn't end in a clean sheet, it just gives them that extra buffer and get some, you know, show that they can have that attack and put goals in the back of the net.
Well, that has been one thing they've been able to do exceedingly well here at Southwest University Park as games have worn on. Goals after the 80th minute. Just exceptionally good for Locomotive FC. So we'll see if that that steal comes through right now. Here's Austin Bold, the throw in that's knocked up and over the bar. That's Walls. So it did get a Locomotive deflection. It will be a Chick-fil-A corner kick. And here is Fernandez to deliver the ball. Fernandez out of Downers Grove, Illinois. Part of the Tacoma Defiance. And yeah, Rebellon in there. Looked like Walls had won it, but it is off of an El Paso player. Fernandez delivery again low, knocked out. That's Ross. Bounces around. Everybody's looking for a handball. Play on. Great clearance attempt. And off to the races is Maris. Excellent work from Aron. Maris off target looking for Lucho. Aron is almost like a box-to-box midfielder, isn't it? Defensive work on one side and then joins the attack.
Yeah, with all the extra responsibilities, he in the last few matches, it's like he's a whole nother. He's not just a striker; he's a midfielder. He's like kind of everywhere.
He's here, he's there, he's everywhere. The Roy Kent chant from Ted Lasso. Minus a word or two. That'll be in touch for El Paso. Again, throw-in placement seems to be key. Trying to get there. A good omen for Locomotive FC. The two players who scored in Locomotive's last win on the road in Tulsa have also scored this evening. Lucho and Aron Gomez. Reese. Taylor.
We'll take that pairing.
Fabian Garcia. Still working that look. Nodded forward or pushed forward by Youth to no one. The USL's elite professional platform, easy for me to say, the USL Academy, allowing clubs to build a pathway to pro soccer by bringing together the top local youth talent and helping players transition to their USL senior teams. For more information, visit usl-academy.com. And for information on Bob Bigney and what Locomotive FC's Academy does, eplocomotivefc.com/academy. Talk about that El Paso Locomotive Academy. Brooklyn Reigns a part of it on an academy contract. Did see the field, did see the pitch, and we had that great halftime package on the youngsters, a part of that Locomotive Academy. Starting to trickle up to the senior side. And what a thrill if you're a youngster, because these guys have been around the world to play the world's game. We talked about that experience to draw on. To be cooler than many other places with that kind of an international roster to draw all those experiences from. It's played forward, Calvin Fernandez, and it looks like Austin just lumping things forward now, looking for somebody to run underneath it. So far, nobody's been on the other side in a white shirt.
Yeah, I mean, Austin would like to just, as I kind of said, steal a goal, create some kind of havoc, have a miscue, a bad bounce, or end up in position for one of their players to turn and strike a great finish, you know. And, you know, from their defensive third, that's not going to happen. The midfield, maybe there'll be a turnover, but Locomotive's been pretty solid, so they're just taking the chances of trying to get it up into that attacking third and see what might happen.
Lucho able to sidestep Reese, but not Taylor. It'll be a substitution for Locomotive FC. And onto the pitch, it is Diego to replace Eder Borelli, which is interesting. Diego, 18 years of age, ready to run for the final 20 or so last minutes of this one. And an embrace with Eder Borelli. An interesting move because of Borelli's service along that left wing side. Certainly Luna has filled that role from time to time, but not exactly like for like. That's another attacking talent on the pitch.
No, but what I'm you know, taking a stab at what Coach Lowry is doing is trying a different formation, putting some people in different ways. They have a little bit of a lead. Let's take that opportunity to see what if we played a little bit different shape.
Well, here is Diego, and he is on left wing. Diego ready to go at it. It's the cross, still working. Garcia's on him, and Garcia fouled by Diego. Eighth Notch doesn't like it. Bold FC will take it.
Louder.
Entering the 73rd minute, Bold FC seem bereft of answers in this one so far.
But Diego gets right in, gets the ball, and goes straight to work, trying to beat, I think, how many defenders were there by the time he was done? 3?
He drew at least a couple, exactly. Credit Garcia for drawing the foul in the end.
But put that many players on him. Sometimes he's going to still beat them all, but he's at least going to open up other Locomotive players in front of goal.
That is a great bit of last-ditch defending by Andrew Fox.
And then could you hear Ketterer? I could just hear him yelling, keep, like, for saying that he was coming. He was going to get that ball.
No opportunity to grab it. Ketterer, the long throw on the restart, looking for Diego, who gets ahead to it. Almost stayed in play. It will be a Locomotive throw, but a little further back up the pitch. Bold content to stretch him out. The final 3 matches of the regular season. This is the penultimate home match. That's a kind Austin Bold bounce. And here's a shot up and over the bar. Amobio Kugo taking matters into his own hands, but blazing it wide.
And those are the shots not on target. I'm not going to harp on.
He didn't miss by much.
No, but that kind of a strike on target is Ketterer is going to have to handle it.
It looked like he was in position, but who's to say?
He wants that one back.
They did have some zip to it.
He wants that one back.
Locomotive with the game in hand, looking for their 17th win on the season.
And Gomez there challenging on that 50-50 ball, you know, kick from the goalkeeper, and look what the end result is. A challenge, an unclean, no, doesn't win it by Austin Bold, goes centrally to the defender, and he tries to clear it, and goes out, right near the attacking third for Locomotive to get it in, hopefully keep possession and get a chance towards the goal.
Mark Lowry trying the touch as the ball went out. Couldn't get it. That's over for a goal kick. Aron thought he had a Chick-fil-A corner. Leaves the ball in play, a bit of gamesmanship. And now Kevin Broadley. I guess wants to make sure that he's back in the middle.
He wants to be there in case there is some ball that he needs to, or interaction between two players or more.
Or more.
It's got eyes on it.
Here's Diego, ready to run at the defense. Up to Lucho. Knocked wide. Rebellon. Diego wants the ball.
He does.
Maris, Ross. Diego. Give and go. Diego pulled down, and at this, Diouf is going to get the yellow. And a pretty obvious shirt pull there in the 77th minute. It will be Ates Diouf, 21 years of age. Will knock as well, right in front of the referee.
Arm pull and a nice little kick.
Well, make it worth your while, I guess.
Yeah.
Huh?
If you're going to get called for the foul, I may as well make it a worthwhile foul, right?
Sure.
Which has a, on the defensive side, that might not be a bad strategy.
Well, only Lucho up front along with Aron. It'll be Ross rolling it to the left on the restart. Diego cutting in. Lucho trying to get there, but it's Jermaine Taylor on it. Bold trying to counter. And we'll have a substitution as Rebellon last to touch. It'll be an Austin throw. Josue Soto coming on to replace Ates Diouf. Soto, a defender. On for Diouf, has been involved in quite a number of actions for Bold FC tonight. And just picking up the caution. A long throw in by Reese. It's knocked down, it'll come back Reese's way. Garcia. Well settled, it'll come now for Quintanilla. Pushed out by Aron. Sarkoty contending with him. Chaperrera. That prevents any further forays north for Austin Bold. Bold FC looking for a way forward. But straight to Fox on the restart. Fox will lump it forward, and Lucho's going to run it down. Lucho from the corner. Diego. Spinorama. Chick-fil-A corner. Garcia knew what was coming if he let it loose. Great move by Diego Luna. Bit of a Cruyff turn.
Yeah, that was a pretty sweet move by Diego. It's we never know what we're going to see next from him.
Here's Maris in the Chick-fil-A corner. Swings one in, swinger. That's knocked up and over the bar. Corner kick from the other side is Jermaine Taylor doing the honors. So, Dylan Maris.
The Locomotive are serving Diego up the ball whenever they can in that attacking third. He wants it, he's going for it, and that is where their go-to. But to handle him, the Bold is having to send 2, 3, 4, 5 players.
This may be Maris' last action. I believe Jose Aguinaga is about to come in for him. But we'll see. Dylan Maris with that beautiful right foot of his from in-swinger to out-swinger on the other side. Not in far post, just wide. Out on. Inches away from that brace.
That was a pretty, he just was committed, beat the defenders, got connected onto that ball, and just missed the back of the net.
And here is Jose Aguinaga in for Dylan Maris. Gets the applause from Eighth Notch for his efforts.
And Gomez there, he is not, one of the taller players in that box at that time, but he knows how to position right, read the service, and Maris, Maris's service is one of the highest quality in this league.
81st minute sub. Aguinaga, the Spaniard, coming on. That'll be knocked way forward. Well dealt with by Turner. He has been solid. Again, at center back, which is not a role he is familiar with necessarily. Though he has played it from time to time. The youngster on loan from Philadelphia Union has filled in quite nicely.
No, but if he's playing up usually up a little bit more, now he doesn't have, he only has runners kind of running behind him, so he should be able to make that adjustment, and he's got confidence in his other defensive pairings, and he's got, I'm sure that Ketterer is behind him communicating and being the field general.
Reese will take another one of those long throw-ins from left wing. Almost a set-piece opportunity for Bold. Headed out of trouble by Rebellon. On the Karam, Fernandez. Mr. Walls. Reese again into the mixer. Far post, that is knocked over the bar. And it'll be a goal kick. That is a solid effort by Aldo Quintanilla, but not able to push it down. So, Heidi, one of your Team Casa Auto Group keys to the game was a full 90 minutes. Have we seen that 83 minutes in plus?
Absolutely. That is, I would definitely say that the Locomotive have played the entire match. We haven't really seen, but for that one, throw-in kind of hiccup that I kind of pointed out, they've been kind of spot on. But now we're getting into that last few minutes to get to that 90. We'd like to see them keep this clean sheet, stay focused, keep the intensity, even with the switches in personnel. And I'm going to say it again, I wish Gomez got that extra goal. That one more goal might just take the wind out of Austin's sails.
Well, Taylor, Austin FC at this point, you don't know the way the ball's going to bounce. But offensively, it's just seemed hopeful for them.
Right, but they have nothing to lose. Going forward, going all out, for them, say they do lose by another goal. It does not.
On, and that is on frame, and Ketterer has to make only his second stop. But there you talked about it, Fabian Garcia with the header and a pretty solid service from left wing by Casey Walls.
Yeah, he did a good job of getting to that ball and getting the header onto frame, but Ketterer's there and makes a nice clean save. But just one goal, and it's back to 2-1, and then who knows how much stoppage time. And then Bold's just looking to grab a draw, so Locomotive has to run this game out, but by continuing to attack and defend well.
Boehner looking for Lucho. In off the post, off the crossbar. Aguinaga almost coming up with his third of the season.
He would like that one back.
The Spaniard's upset with himself.
Yes.
Well, that was on frame, but maybe Maybe a little too on frame.
And that was a nice setup, like, you know, just by the entire team.
It's a loose ball run down by Rebellon. Well played, yes.
Yes.
Diego exchanging, and then the slip over to Boehner. Excellent cross by Matt Boehner, 31-year-old from Westchester, Ohio. Can still deliver a good ball in from the wing. That's over and just away from the feet of Okugo. Excellent service by Quintanilla. And you've talked about the holes in the defense. You never know how things are going to go.
That's a great ball by Boehner, and Lucho knows he's kind of locked down, and oh, what a look he had, but just hits the crossbar. So on this last attacking series by Austin, though, I can't say that they had Locomotive beat on pace. Locomotive needs to get back, get in position, get their bodies faced back upfield. You know, they're kind of trotting a little bit, playing, you know, not fully committed defense the way that that I really like to see them be out there. It's one thing to be facing your own goal if you're running and the other team is pushing it and it's at pace. It's another when, you know, you're really already caught up to the play.
And Lucho Solignac will come off on the far side to the Locomotive bench to be replaced by Leandro Carrico, who, when called upon, has put in 90-minute performances at age 36. That cannot be the easiest thing for the Brazilian, but certainly in excellent shape. And whatever Mark Lowry has needed, Leandro Carrico has provided. That's served up a bit. Fernandez back with it. Knocked over. A little behind Quintanilla. Chapa almost made him pay. Sarkody deflected. Quintanilla stays in, but now off the foot of Quintanilla. Wow, great job by Garcia. Locomotive got the bounce, but Quintanilla couldn't steer it back the way it needed to go. Leandro Carrico, the all-time leading goal scorer for Locomotive sister squad FC Juarez Bravos through their time in Liga Ascenso.
And he loves stoppage time.
He does, the man from Uberaba, Brazil. 88th minute. 73 goals and 102 appearances for Bravos. And relishes the opportunity to continue as a footballer. Good Austin bounce here. Again, Quintanilla, and takes down Boehner, who is dropped a bit. An interesting score. New Mexico United, I believe, that is in Albuquerque, leading San Antonio FC 3-2. And that's big for Bold FC because United they're in the catbird seat in that fourth and final playoff spot.
Right, Austin needs to try to catch up.
Long throw into the box. Up in the 84th minute in Albuquerque from what we hear. Fernandez gets the bounce off of Chapa, and it'll be a Chick-fil-A corner. 8th notch in full voice as we're about to hit the 90th minute mark in El Paso, Texas. Locomotive looking to make it 24 straight unbeaten. Low drive and in, bounced out, still around, still working for it, not cleared, in it'll come, the shot over the bar. Aldo Quintanilla with the opportunity of the night for Austin Bold and cannot put it on frame.
And it was hard to see what happened in that initial opportunity right in front of the goal.
Let's take a look at the replay and see if we can pick it out. Fortunately for Logan Ketterer, he didn't have to pick that one out of the back of the net.
Having a sigh of relief there.
Well, the sirens are blaring in downtown El Paso. Let's take a look at the goal cam footage. And that's the last bit. Quintanilla and Logan Ketterer is fired up.
Ketterer again.
We'll see if we can get a hold of that, but right now, Here is Aron. Steers it to Diego. Unselfish. Diego. Put it in!
Diego finally gets a chance where he basically is 1v1, and he's pretty central in the field and makes no mistake about it.
How about that for unselfishness on the part of Aron Gomez? 3 minutes of equal living stoppage time, but on the stroke of 90, Locomotive salts it away. Heidi, you've got that third goal in a little breathing room tonight.
Thank you.
3-0. Diego with his 9th of the season.
To Gomez to find Diego there, and again, he is really 1v1. He doesn't have any cover come over, and he just takes full advantage of it.
Sees Reese make a move, and it's good night.
His other opportunities before were much wider with much not as good of a central angle, but this time he was central.
Well,
and he used that to his advantage.
You credit Aron, who could have taken it himself, honestly, trying to earn his brace and his 9th. He gives it up for Diego.
He'll take a goal, even if it's as an assist.
And here is Carrico to Diego. Scrambles through the challenge and keeps a hold of the ball, triple teamed. They know where number 115 is going when he has his head toward goal and draws the contact here, and the yellow card issued. Upset with the call of Josue Soto, but the caution is given in stoppage time. And draws the serenade from 8th notch. It has been all Locomotive from the opening half. Austin Bold with their biggest opportunity just a couple of minutes earlier. Aldo Quintanilla, the ball bounces to him in the 6, and at the edge of the 6-yard box puts it over the crossbar.
And we've talked about volleys not being, when they're done right, they look simple, but they are not that simple. It's timing, getting over the ball, the strike. I mean, there's a lot more factors going on. He just gets the unlucky bounce for them, but good for the Locomotive side.
Here's Aguinaga. Aron, Carrico, Diego from left to right for Locomotive, but Aguinaga looks like he's going for goal, and he just missed it. The Spaniard wants his, and why not?
After hitting the woodwork earlier, he was hoping to make up for it.
Locomotive FC seconds away from making it 24 straight unbeaten here in El Paso, Texas, on the restart from Babazeda. Kevin Broadley blows the whistle, and it's 17-3-10 and 61 points. Copa Tejas at all levels is Locomotive FC's, and that salts away first round and second round at home should Locomotive advance past the first round. Big doings in El Paso and a big 3-0 win.
And that is one of the most complete games that we've seen in a long time for the Locomotive. And, it's nice to see it at home. I'd like to see them have done that maybe also on the road, but to do that at home and to get this many goals, Locomotive is getting back into the place that they need to be.
Diego Luna talking things over with Casey Walls. Aron started it off with an amazing left-footed volley in the first half, and El Paso sees goals from Lucho and Diego in the second half to give them the full 3 points and 61 to pace the Mountain Division. For Austin Bold, it's almost done with New Mexico United looking like they're going to earn 3 points up in Albuquerque. 3-0 is your final. Back with a post game right after this.
Nitro Circus is back for 2021 with the action-packed You Got this tour coming to El Paso Saturday, October 23rd. Top athletes in FMX, skate, BMX, scooter, and more. Are you ready to get this party started? Throwing down huge world's firsts off the biggest ramps in action sports. With more crazy contraptions, more insane stunts, more high adrenaline fun than ever before. El Paso. Get ready to put your hands in the air. We're coming to Southwest University Park this October 23rd. Get your tickets now at nitrocircus.com. Locomotive FC has gone Adidas. Brand new official Locomotive gear in the 3 stripes is available, including the 2021 jerseys and new styles from men, women, and children. With unique colors and styles, there's something for everyone. Shop online at locomotiveteamshop.com or visit our team shop located at the stadium. Don't miss a second of the Locos in action by getting a seat to every match. Buy your tickets now at eplocomotivefc.com/ticket or by calling or texting 915-235-GO.
Southwest University Park, mid-notch in full voice. Locomotive FC 3-0 over Austin Bold. Duke Keith along with Heidi Mocha. Let's send it down to the pitch and Elizabeth Vega with our estrella of the match. Elizabeth.
The Locos defense held Austin to only 2 shots on target tonight. Tell us about your teammates and your effort to put together a complete performance.
Yeah, I think it's one of our principles, you know, it's not the defenders only that defend, it's all the team behind the ball. We're really difficult team to score, and especially the back four did an amazing game today.
Another win at home, 24 matches unbeaten here now. How special is it playing in El Paso in front of these fans?
I mean, that's what we're waiting all week, you know. We've been traveling a lot, so it feels special to play at home and give the supporters a win.
Now we saw that special celebration after your goal. Tell us about it. Who is that for?
It's just to my wife, you know, she's finally here. It's been difficult with the pandemic, so she's been with me in the most difficult moments, so that's for her.
Thank you. Congratulations, Lucho.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you very much, Elizabeth Vega, and to Lucho. Outstanding work by Lucho, Argentinian, with his wife finally in El Paso. A shot, the arrow up to her in the stands, and a 3-0 win as Lucho Solignac with his 10th of the season for Locomotive FC. And Heidi, it was spectacular from start to finish for El Paso Locomotive FC.
It definitely was. It was such a complete match for the Locomotive. Whether it be, you know, as Lucho said, the entire team defending as a unit, but I'd like to say that attacking, there might be goal scorers on that goal scoring line, but the entire team created those chances and created those attacking chances.
And again, unselfish. You talked about Aron scoring his 8th goal. Lucho gets his 10th, and then Diego his 9th. All 3 of Locomotive's top scorers had a tally this evening and advance their goal-scoring stats by 1, but each unselfish and willing to give whenever they can to the others. And that's been wonderful to see. As we take a look at downtown El Paso and Southwest University Park, 24 matches unbeaten as we take a look at our full match stats brought to you by the Hospitals of Providence. The one that counts, of course, if the top 3-0, but you talked about, or we talked about Locomotive's total domination tonight. 14-6 shots on target, 6-3. The blocked shots, Locomotive had 3. Passing accuracy, maybe not the best for Locomotive where they usually are, but they still paced the championship in possession. they've had a little more of the ball. Bold a little better in the second half as they tried to catch up, Heidi.
Right, and you'll trade on some of those other stats for that top goal statistic. 3 goals. Total shots, I'd like to increase shots on target. I know I'm going to harp on that. That would increase that goals. But the Locomotive has a complete game on attack, on defense, and for the full 90 or 90-plus minutes.
I'll tell you what else is very impressive. The 12th clean sheet for this team. They're one behind the lead. That's Tampa Bay in the USL Championship, and Logan Ketterer with his 8th. As we take a look at our GECU save of the game, Logan Ketterer, one of the 3 shots on target for Austin Bold. That was the first one, as a matter of fact. And Logan Ketterer able to keep it out of the back of the net to earn his 8th clean sheet on the season. Heidi?
Yeah, I mean, I know Logan had some nice grabs, some clean saves. He didn't put the ball back into play. There was no rebounds, but the chances that were created weren't too many and weren't that dangerous because the entire team kind of was. They were reading Austin well tonight, and it's a testament to the entire team to get that clean sheet.
This Wednesday night crowd going home happy as we take a look at Diego Luna's goal. Some outstanding work, great team goal. It's your physical play of the match, brought to you by Physical Hand and Therapy Centers. Reese, good night. What a move. Chips it to the left, the right or the left. Diego can make you pay, and the youngster celebrating with his 9th of the season at that near post.
Absolutely, and Gomez drew a crowd. Carrillo saw he would have been offside, stopped, got it to Diego. Diego does the same little jukes, but from the central position, and just does not, puts it in the back of the net.
Well, as we move on into the next match, our Brian Bird's home selling team moving into the next match. It's right here in El Paso, Texas, and it's this Sunday, a 6 p.m. kickoff as El Paso faces off with Oklahoma City Energy. It is the final home match of the regular season. It is going to be televised on ESPN Deportes nationally, but we certainly hope to see you here as Locomotive FC. We'll be looking for 8th notch in Section 105 to be in full voice to send this team on the road versus RGV to finish out the season, and then back here at Southwest University Park for that all-important first playoff match. Just outstanding effort for this Locomotive squad.
Yeah, it's another hard one for El Paso as they wrap up the season with the 3 teams trying to make the playoffs. So like tonight, expect OKC to give them everything they got. But if Locomotive can pull off what they did tonight, that's a complete game. So El Paso will want to keep playing well at home and get some momentum going into the playoffs. So this Sunday should be a good matchup.
That's right. You saw there, that's the first ever Locomotive FC match here at home. Derek Gebhardt, that's your answer to the trivia question. First ever goal scorer for El Paso Locomotive FC as we take a look at highlights from 2019. It'll be just the second visit for Energy FC here to El Paso, Texas, and we look forward to seeing you back here then as Locomotive FC sending the fans home happy tonight. We'll see you at 6 p.m. this Sunday. For our producer, Juan Gutierrez, and our director, Cesar Ruiz, for Heidi Mocha, I am Duke Keith. Your final score this evening, Locomotive FC 3, Austin Bold 0. See you Sunday.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.